couple miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Miami Dolphins. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Whoa, what? Big Ace open, Big Ace open. Whoa.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He's going to go up top again. Touchdown, Chargers. Dwayne Eskridge, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, a run with Mostert. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. The Dolphins are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On play action, it's Murray. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Back to the running game with Mostert.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Easy.
Here's Murray. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
They'll find Everett there, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Mostert. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
One more time with Mostert. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. He's up to the 20. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. 7-7, our score after 1. Second and 5. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
On second down, Elliott once more. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Flush to his right. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen from 17 yards out. And the Chargers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Come on.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Out route to Hill, complete. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Murray now. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
The Chargers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Herbert now. And that's Elliott, complete. Touchdown, L.A. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Throwing now is Murray. Got a man, complete to Cedric Wilson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
With that impact, I fully expected the ball to pop free. I still remember an old defensive back friend of mine used to say, guess what? Even if they catch the ball, make sure they have a memento to take back to the sideline.
1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Mostert off the read option. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Murray. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. The Charger drive about to get going. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. the fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. He's going to air one out. That's into a crowd and intercepted.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Murray from midfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Herbert operating from the red zone. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And some room to work. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
They did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
He's got it. Touchdown. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Chargers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point attempt to follow here. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick slant, Tyreek Hill with it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A run with Mostert up the middle. 91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Murray's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
On 2nd down, Mostert. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Cedric Wilson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now down to 20. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Herbert off of play action. Steps away to his left. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw, it's Murray. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Rondale Moore, 26 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point and good by Sanders. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for L.A. 48 yards. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So they get the interception, and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He's determined not to make this a pick six, and he got there in time to make the tackle.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a little more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Charger drive about to get going. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Going up top. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 139 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. He's got room at the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They hand it off to Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they've got a fourth down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Now Murray's got to have this one. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. Touchdown, Dolphins! Cedric Wilson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Herbert going to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 152 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here comes Mostert. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break.